Mom deserves the best, and there's no better place to shop for Mother's Day than Whole Foods Market. They're your destination for unbeatable savings, from premium gifts to show-stopping flowers and irresistible desserts. Start by saving 33% with Prime on all body care and candles. Then get a 15-stem bunch of tulips for just $9.99 each with Prime. Round out Mom's menu with festive rosé, irresistible berry chantilly cake, and more special treats. Come celebrate Mother's Day at Whole Foods Market.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, and I'm here with Keith, co-star of my upcoming film, If, only in theaters May 17th. Do you want to tell people the big news? All right, I'll do it. Sign up now and you'll get unlimited for $15 a month and 6 months of Paramount Plus Essential Plan on us. MintMobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 equivalent to $15 per month. Unlimited over 40 gigabytes per month. Face lower speeds. Videos at 480p. Active Mint customers by 531.24 get 6 months of Paramount Plus Essential Plan. Auto renews after 6 months. Offer ends May 31st, 2024. Separate Paramount Plus registration required. Terms and conditions apply if rated PG.
This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 3177, and I'm Justin Malik. Welcome back to a Sunday bonus episode where I give you a little extra content from a podcast in our network that I think will also help you live a life that's a bit more meaningful and happier. And this episode is coming from Optimal Health Daily. I could use some health. I've been sick this week. And this one's an interesting Q&A episode that I thought would be a good fit here. By the way, if you send in a question to that show, I'll visit the post office and physically mail you a copy of our hardcover Optimal Living Daily workbook if you're in the U.S. If you're outside the U.S., I'll send you a PDF version. You can email a health-related question to health@oldpodcast.com. And with that, here's my brother, Dr. Neal, with the Q&A episode as we optimize your life.
Today's question came via email. Debbie writes, "Hi, Dr. Neal. Love your show. My question is it harmful to your ears to listen to podcasts all night while sleeping with headphones in at a low volume? My husband and I both seem to sleep more soundly listening to either movies or podcasts as a form of white noise while we sleep, but we use headphones because we like different shows. We're not using wireless headphones, and we turn our phones face down to eliminate the light. I often dream while doing this, so I assume I'm going through all the sleep cycles. Thanks, your input would be appreciated." Thank you so much for taking the time to send in your question, Debbie. And I'm so glad that you enjoy the show. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, and I'm hoping that you don't fall asleep while listening to this podcast, of course. Now, whenever I respond to listeners' questions, I try and find published studies based on that topic. That way, whatever I share is not just my opinion or anecdotal evidence, but instead based on actual research. Well, when I tried to find published studies on this topic, they were actually really difficult to find. Most of the studies were actually performed in hospitals with critically ill patients. For example, researchers wanted to know whether listening to white noise through headphones helped critically ill patients get better sleep. Now, the results of this type of study can be somewhat helpful, but it really doesn't apply all that well to your situation, Debbie. Oh, and if you're wondering, the researchers of this study in critically ill patients found that wearing headphones did not improve their sleep. So where does that leave us? Well, my next step is to look to see what other professionals in the field have to say. So this may not be based on actual research, but instead credentialed professionals' opinions based on their experiences with patients and what they know about human physiology. Lucky for us, the Cleveland Clinic, a well-respected healthcare organization here in the U.S., published an article where they interviewed a doctor of audiology to share their thoughts on sleeping while wearing headphones. Now, some of an audiologist's roles, in case you're not familiar, are to provide patients with hearing devices and educating patients on the effects of noise on hearing and managing hearing loss and improving issues with balance. In this article, the audiologist believed that if you need sound while sleeping, an external speaker is probably your best bet. But wearing headphones while sleeping was likely not harmful and may help improve sleep quality just so long as certain criteria were met. In fact, a separate article published by the Washington Post interviewed a sleep medicine specialist at Northwestern University who said that even though wearing headphones while sleeping hasn't been well studied, it's probably safe, provided again that certain criteria are met. Most of these criteria relate to the type of headphones you choose to wear and the volume at which you listen to your content. So, here's a summary of the recommendations. 1. If you do wear headphones, keep the volume low. It's hard to know how loud sound is in decibels unless we have something that's specifically measuring it. Decibels are a unit of measure used to measure loudness. But the recommendation with headphones is to keep the sound below 85 decibels. Now, one way to help to determine whether you're listening to something at a low enough volume is to have someone within arm's length of you try and talk to you while wearing the headphones. If you can hear them with your headphones and volume on, then the volume is probably fine. Oh, and don't try and cheat by reading their lips. Look away while they're talking to you to see if you can still hear them. They shouldn't be able to hear the sounds coming from your headphones either. 2. The type of headphones may matter as well. Wearing earbuds for long periods of time, day after day, may increase the risk of developing an ear infection. This is because earbuds may trap moisture in the ear. Bacteria love warm, moist conditions, so the ear is an ideal breeding ground for them. 3. So that means over-the-ear headphones would probably be best. And if you can, choose a wireless version so that you don't get tangled up in the middle of the night. You can now buy headbands with headphones built in. That way, if you sleep on your side, you won't be as disturbed by a bulky headphone sitting between your ear and the pillow. So Debbie, the good news is, if sleeping while wearing headphones and listening to podcasts, hopefully not this one, at a low volume helps you get quality sleep, then it sounds like it's probably helping you and not harming you. Thank you again so much for taking the time to send me your question, Debbie. And if you want to send your question and have it answered right here on the show, you can email one to health@oldpodcast.com. Or if you want your voice played on an episode, come by oldpodcast.com/ask. You can record your question straight from your computer's microphone. And if you don't like your first take, you can delete it and do retakes until you're happy with it and then send it in. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and call in your question. The number is 1-61-I-LOVE-OHD. That's 1-614-568-3643. All right, that'll do it for another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your continued support. I hope you have a great start to your weekend, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.